In the grim darkness of the far future, the High Lord Inquisitor unravels the terrifying power of Khorne, the blood god, through a chilling lecture and the tragic story of Marcus. Once a devoted father and protector, Marcus is slowly consumed by Khorne's insidious influence, transforming into a monstrous warrior driven by an insatiable thirst for bloodshed. As the tale of Marcus's descent unfolds, the grim reality of Khorne's dominion, where violence and madness reign, comes to life, illustrating the devastating cost of succumbing to the chaos and rage that the blood god demands.
Alright, so hey guys, how's it going? This story's kind of done in it's like a narrative lore video about Khorne. First part is a Inquisitor essentially lecturing his students about Khorne, and the second part is a story that kind of showcases Khorne's influence and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. More videos coming. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.
The High Lord Inquisitor stood before the assembled students, his presence commanding and his voice resonating with authority. The future Inquisitors, seated in the dimly lit lecture hall, awaited the continuation of their critical education on the Chaos Gods and their malevolent influence across the galaxy. The High Lord Inquisitor began, his gaze sweeping across the room.
Now let's continue on to our in-depth exploration of Khorne, the first of the Chaos Gods we will examine. Understanding the nature and influence of Khorne is essential to comprehending the brutal realities of the universe.
He gestured towards an imposing image of Khorne, the blood god.
Khorne, known as the Blood God, is the embodiment of rage, war, and murder. He thrives on the unrelenting violence and bloodshed of battle, and his power grows with every act of carnage committed in his name. Khorne is depicted as a towering figure of immense strength, adorned with the skulls of his enemies and wielding a massive, blood-soaked axe. His domain within the warp is the Brass Citadel, a fortress of brass and bone, surrounded by rivers of blood and mountains of skulls.
The Inquisitor activated a Vox recording, filling the hall with the harrowing sounds of battle and a desperate voice recounting a horrific scene.
We were pinned down by the heretics, our ammunition running low. Just when hope seemed lost, they appeared, chanting, "Blood for the blood god." Their eyes burned with a feral intensity, and they charged into the fray with reckless abandon. The carnage that followed was beyond words, a symphony of death and destruction. They left nothing but shattered bodies in their wake.
The High Lord Inquisitor continued.
Khorne's disdain for sorcery is well documented. He views magic and trickery as cowardly, preferring the raw power of martial prowess. To Khorne, honor and glory are achieved through direct combat, where strength and skill are the only measures of worth. This preference is reflected in his followers, who eschew psychic abilities and intricate tactics in favor of brute force and relentless aggression. The World Eaters, one of the most infamous Chaos Space Marine legions, exemplify this ethos, known for their berserk fury and dedication to close-quarters combat.
He paused, allowing the gravity of his words to sink in.
Khorne's endless thirst for bloodshed has a profound impact on his followers. Those who dedicate themselves to him are consumed by an insatiable desire for violence. They seek out battle at every opportunity, reveling in the chaos and destruction they cause. This bloodlust often leads to physical transformations, with Khorne's blessings manifesting as increased strength, resilience, and a heightened sense of rage. These warriors become living avatars of Khorne's fury, their minds and bodies entirely devoted to the pursuit of slaughter.
The Inquisitor played another Vox recording, a voice filled with fear and awe.
I watched as Brother Arcturus, once a noble and disciplined warrior, succumbed to the rage of Khorne. His eyes turned red, his muscles bulged with unnatural power, and he tore through the enemy ranks with a ferocity I had never seen before. He had become a true servant of the Blood God, a killing machine with no regard for his own safety.
The High Lord Inquisitor's tone grew more somber as he continued.
Khorne's relentless pursuit of honor through combat and slaughter is central to his philosophy. To die in battle is the highest honor for his followers, and to kill is to honor their god. This obsession with martial prowess and bloodshed creates a culture of violence and brutality among Khorne's devotees. They believe that by spilling blood and claiming skulls for Khorne's throne, they earn his favor and ascend in his hierarchy. This single-minded devotion to war leads to an unending cycle of violence, where conflict begets more conflict, and bloodshed feeds Khorne's insatiable hunger.
He looked around the room, ensuring every student was focused.
Khorne's influence extends far beyond his immediate followers. His presence can be felt in the unrelenting conflicts that plague the galaxy, where countless lives are lost in senseless violence. The bloodlust he incites spreads like a contagion, turning even the most disciplined soldiers into frenzied berserkers. This pervasive influence of Khorne serves to perpetuate the endless war that defines the universe, as each act of violence fuels the Blood God's power.
In conclusion, the High Lord Inquisitor stated,
Khorne's nature as the god of blood, war, and murder is defined by his insatiable thirst for bloodshed and his disdain for sorcery. His followers are driven by an unquenchable desire for violence, seeking honor through combat and slaughter. This relentless pursuit of bloodshed and martial prowess creates a culture of brutality and unending conflict, perpetuating the cycle of violence that defines the universe. As we continue our exploration, we will delve deeper into the realms and followers of Khorne, uncovering the full extent of his influence and the horrors he unleashes upon the galaxy. In this lecture, we will delve into the very heart of Khorne's power, his domain within the warp, the infamous Brass Citadel. This fortress is not merely a seat of power, but a reflection of Khorne's unending thirst for blood and his relentless pursuit of martial dominance.
He gestured to an image of the Brass Citadel, a massive, imposing structure.
Khorne's domain in the warp is the Brass Citadel, a formidable fortress that epitomizes the Blood God's brutal ethos. This citadel is a massive, imposing structure constructed of brass and bone, standing amidst a hellish landscape of perpetual warfare. The very air here is thick with the scent of blood and the echoes of ceaseless battle. Rivers of blood flow through the citadel, winding their way around mountains of skulls collected from countless battlefields. These skulls are trophies, each one a testament to the victories of Khorne's followers and the blood they have shed in his name.
The Inquisitor paused, allowing the imagery to settle in the minds of his students.
The Brass Citadel itself is a labyrinthine structure with towering walls and massive gates forged from the remains of Khorne's defeated enemies. The citadel is guarded by an array of demonic entities, each more fearsome than the last. Bloodletters, the demonic foot soldiers of Khorne, patrol the ramparts and courtyards. These demons are the embodiment of Khorne's wrath, wielding hellblades and driven by an insatiable hunger for battle.
He activated a Vox recording, and the room filled with the harrowing sounds of battle, and a desperate voice recounting a horrific scene.
As I approached the Brass Citadel, the ground itself seemed to tremble beneath my feet. The air was heavy with the metallic tang of blood, and the sky burned with an unholy red light. Bloodletters patrolled the walls, their eyes glowing with malevolent hunger. It was a realm where only the strongest could survive, a testament to Khorne's brutal reign.
within the citadel. The bloodthirsters, Khorne's most powerful demonic servants, hold sway. These colossal demons are the generals of Khorne's legions, each one a towering figure of muscle and rage, wielding massive axes and whips. The bloodthirsters lead Khorne's armies into battle, their presence alone enough to inspire terror in even the bravest of foes. The bloodthirsters are Khorne's enforcers, ensuring that his will is carried out and that the flow of blood never ceases.
He looked around the room, ensuring every student was focused.
The perpetual state of warfare within Khorne's domain is a defining feature of the Brass Citadel. Even the demons of Khorne are not immune to his insatiable thirst for blood. Within the Citadel, demons battle each other for Khorne's favor, each seeking to prove their worth through acts of unparalleled violence. This constant state of conflict ensures that only the strongest and most ruthless demons rise to positions of power within Khorne's hierarchy.
Another Vox recording played.
The halls of the Brass Citadel echoed with the clash of steel and the roars of battle. Demons fought each other with savage ferocity, each seeking to claim the favor of Khorne. Blood flowed freely, staining the brass floors, and the air was filled with the screams of the defeated. It was a place of unending conflict, where strength and brutality were the only laws.
The Inquisitor continued.
The appearance and layout of the Brass Citadel are a testament to Khorne's brutal aesthetic. The fortress is adorned with trophies from countless battles, including the skulls of the mightiest champions who have fallen before Khorne's followers. The rivers of blood that flow through the citadel serve as both a source of power and a grim reminder of Khorne's insatiable hunger. The mountains of skulls are ever-growing, a stark symbol of the blood price demanded by the blood god. At the heart of the Brass Citadel lies Khorne's throne room, a vast chamber where the blood god himself resides. Here, Khorne sits upon a throne of skulls, watching over the eternal battles that rage within his domain. From this throne, Khorne dispenses his favor and his wrath, his presence an omnipresent force that drives his followers to ever greater acts of violence.
The High Lord Inquisitor's voice grew more intense as he concluded.
The Brass Citadel is more than just a fortress. It is a physical manifestation of Khorne's essence. The perpetual state of warfare, the rivers of blood, and the mountains of skulls all serve to reinforce Khorne's unrelenting thirst for bloodshed and his disdain for weakness. The demonic entities that inhabit this realm, from the relentless bloodletters to the fearsome bloodthirsters, embody the brutality and martial prowess that Khorne demands. As we continue our exploration, we will delve deeper into the lives of Khorne's followers and the impact of his influence on the mortal realm.
He looked around the room one final time, his eyes piercing each student.
Prepare yourselves, for the journey into the heart of the blood god's power is one of unending violence and grim reality. Having explored his realm within the warp, we now turn our attention to his mortal followers and the profound influence Khorne exerts upon them. This chapter will delve into the characteristics, motivations, rituals, and notable champions that define the devotees of the blood god.
He gestured to a holographic display depicting Khorne's followers in the throes of battle.
Khorne's mortal followers are driven by a singular, all-consuming desire for bloodshed and martial glory. These individuals, often referred to as berserkers, epitomize the savage and unrelenting nature of Khorne. They are characterized by their immense physical strength, heightened aggression, and an insatiable thirst for battle. Their motivations are simple yet brutal: to kill, to conquer, and to offer the blood of their enemies as tribute to Khorne. These warriors are not interested in the subtleties of strategy or the complexities of politics. Their focus is solely on the purity of combat and the honor of victory through slaughter.
He activated a Vox recording, filling the hall with the harrowing sounds of battle and a desperate voice recounting an encounter with Khorne's followers.
We found ourselves surrounded by Khorne's berserkers. They were not like other foes. Their eyes burned with a primal fury, and their roars were deafening. They charged without hesitation, without fear, their sole purpose to kill and to die in battle. It was like facing a force of nature, unstoppable and relentless.
The Inquisitor continued.
The rituals and practices devoted to Khorne are as brutal and violent as the god himself. Blood sacrifices are a central aspect of Khorne's worship. Followers often engage in ritualistic killings, offering the blood and skulls of their victims to Khorne. These sacrifices are seen as a way to earn Khorne's favor and to demonstrate their unwavering loyalty. Additionally, gladiatorial combat is a common practice among Khorne's followers. These brutal contests of strength and skill serve not only as a form of worship, but also as a method of weeding out the weak and elevating the strong. Only the most formidable warriors survive these arenas, rising in Khorne's hierarchy through sheer brutality.
The High Lord Inquisitor displayed an image of the World Eaters, one of the most infamous Chaos Space Marine legions.
The rise of Chaos Space Marine warbands dedicated to Khorne is a testament to his far-reaching influence. Among these warbands, the World Eaters are perhaps the most infamous. Originally one of the Space Marine legions loyal to the Emperor, the World Eaters were led astray by their primarch, Angron. Under his brutal leadership, they became renowned for their berserk fury and their dedication to close-quarters combat. The Butcher's Nails, cybernetic implants that enhance aggression and suppress fear, are a hallmark of the World Eaters, turning them into unstoppable killing machines.
Another Vox recording played, recounting a harrowing encounter with the World Eaters.
The World Eaters were a sight to behold, each one a towering figure of rage and violence. They fought with an almost supernatural ferocity, their every move driven by the Butcher's Nails. To face them in battle was to face death itself, for they knew no mercy, no fear, only the bloodlust that drove them ever forward.
The Inquisitor's tone grew more intense as he spoke of Khorne's most infamous champion.
Among the notable champions of Khorne, none are more infamous than Khorne the Betrayer. Once a captain of the World Eaters, Khorne has become a living legend among Khorne's followers. His tale is one of unparalleled brutality and unrelenting rage. During the Horus Heresy, Khorne earned his moniker after turning on his own men in a fit of berserk fury, killing friend and foe alike. Since then, he has wandered the galaxy as a lone warrior, a harbinger of death and destruction. Khorne wields a massive chain axe named Gorechild, and his presence on the battlefield is enough to turn the tide of any conflict.
A final Vox recording echoed through the hall, filled with the dread of those who had faced Khorne.
We thought ourselves safe behind our fortifications, but then he came, Khorne the Betrayer. With Gorechild in hand, he tore through our defenses like they were nothing. His rage was palpable, a force of nature that could not be stopped. We knew then that we were doomed, for to face Khorne was to face the embodiment of Khorne's wrath.
In conclusion, the High Lord Inquisitor stated,
The followers of Khorne are defined by their unrelenting desire for bloodshed and martial glory. Their rituals and practices, from blood sacrifices to gladiatorial combat, reflect their brutal devotion to the blood god. The rise of warbands like the World Eaters and the legend of champions like Khorne the Betrayer highlight the far-reaching influence of Khorne. Through their actions, they perpetuate the endless cycle of violence and bloodshed that fuels Khorne's power. As we continue our exploration, we will delve further into the impact of Khorne's influence on the mortal realm, uncovering the full extent of the horrors unleashed by his followers.
He looked around the room one final time, his eyes piercing each student.
And that is it. Hope you guys liked it. I know it was a different format, you know, more of like a lore video, and then, you know, told from a narrative point, and then a little story at the end. If you guys kind of like this, this sort of format, this kind of style, I'll start doing more. There's a ton of lore to do. Other channels already do it, you know, but I could do it differently with the little story at the end, and I don't know, other things like that. But yeah, so just let me know if you guys like it. If you would rather just hear a bunch of stories instead of like the lore kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out other stuff to do, keep improving, etc. Sorry I've been so, I don't think I posted for like a month, longer than that. Just been busy, man. Like, you know, I had to study, and then girlfriend and friends and family and work. A lot of work. So it is what it is, but I still love doing this. Happy I haven't lost a ton of subscribers since I haven't been posting or anything. Yeah, it's just kind of tough. But I love doing this, and it's really nice to know that people are enjoying these stupid little stories and videos that I've been making. So that's pretty cool. Alright, that's it. Stay tuned for the next one. I've got a couple. I'm creating another one right now. I have another lore video. It's about Nurgle. It would be in the same format as this, so if you guys want to see that, I just gotta edit it a little bit more. But that one's basically ready to go. And then I got a moon story, and then I'm working on the Carcharodons story. I want to do it right, because I've gotten a couple requests now. It's by far actually the most requested one. So I do want to do a Carcharodon story. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with them, because I want to do them justice. Alright, but that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, etc. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Stay tuned. Okay, bye.